Can we get started, please? Pastor.
Will you join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we know that the world is yours and all that is in it, every soul within it. And we know that you have established government for the goodness and for the good of the governed. Heavenly Father, we lift up to you these your servants. We ask that you would give them, like Solomon, that you would give them wisdom and courage to govern diligently and to do so with goodness and purity of heart. Please bless them, protect them, and guide them as they seek to do your will and your work. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Pledge allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order the election board. Minutes, January 10th. Any changes or corrections or comments? Motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Is there any public comment on the agenda for the election board as it stands? Petitions received for municipal primary election May 16th. We reviewed the petitions. There were 3 that we are not going to accept for various reasons. Michael Shingeldecker was not filed on a timely basis, therefore cannot be accepted by the board. He has the option of appealing this to the Venango County Court of Common Pleas. Christopher Hartman, he put a petition in for position of constable in Utica. He's not a resident of Utica, but a resident of Franklin. Also on his affidavit, he placed that somewhere he did swear that he was a resident of Utica, where his voting place was there. So that was another error we found on his petition. Again, he has the option of appealing this to the Court of Common Pleas in the county. And Ellen Schulin, that she applied as a Republican. The candidate, her nominee, her petition said she was Republican, and at the time she was not a registered member of the Republican Party. Therefore, we had to reject her petition. Again, she can appeal this to the Court of Common Pleas in the county. So I guess I should have a motion to accept all of the other petitions except these 3 as we noted.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Any other business for election board?
I don't know about business, but at least to let people know that we are petitioning the court to merge 6 different precincts, which would be Corn Planter 1 and Corn Planter 2 into one, Sugar Creek Borough 1, Sugar Creek Borough 4 into one together, and then for Rockland 1 and Rockland 2. The hearing is on Friday. It is at 1:30. I believe it's in courtroom 2. So of course it has to be approved by the judge. But we are, I know that Rich has presented all that paperwork, so just to let people know that that is coming.
Yes, thank you. I forgot to mention that. Any other business? Any public comment for the election board? I have a motion to adjourn the election board.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Adjourn election board, call to order the retirement board. Minutes, February 14th. Changes, corrections, comments? Motion to accept?
So moved.
Second? All in favor, aye? Thank you. Any public comment for the retirement board as the agenda stands now? Items for consideration, Jill.
Requesting approval for the retirement board agenda as presented on attachment A. We have 6 employees that will be contributing into the retirement fund.
Questions? Motion to accept the items?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you. Any other business for the retirement board? No? Any public comment for the retirement board? Have a motion to adjourn the retirement board.
So moved.
And second?
Second.
All in favor, aye. Thank you. Adjourn retirement board, call to order the salary board. Minutes, February 14th, salary board minutes. Any other questions, additions, comments? Motion to accept? Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye. Thank you. Any public comment on the salary board agenda? Salary board items for consideration, Jill.
Requesting approval for the salary board agenda that's presented on attachment B.
Questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All in favor, aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other business for salary board? Any public comment to the salary board? Have a motion to adjourn the salary board.
So moved.
And second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Adjourn salary board, call to order the commissioner board. Any changes for the agenda?
Yes, we would like to make 3 changes to the agenda. Under the county administration section, which is number 14, we would like to add the approval of resolution 2017-14. It's a consolidated capital grant application, and it's a board resolution to file the application and certify local match under county administration.
Okay,
We would like to change 14D, which indicates that the vehicle purchase is with the sheriff's office, but it's actually the assessment office. And then we would like to remove under number 15, we'd like to remove Tim Geibel, the update on the Crawford Area Transit Authority. He was not able to be here this evening, so we will reschedule that.
okay. Any other changes?
Commissioners, may I add under fiscal agent for the Workforce Development Board, an agreement with Manpower? This is for a temp in the Clarion Career Link, 3 days a week through March and 2 days a week through April for coverage. And again, it's a fiscal agent agreement. Rich has reviewed it.
Okay, thank you. Any other changes? Have a motion to amend the agenda as noted.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you. Minutes, February 14th. Any questions, comments, changes? Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor, aye? Thank you. Community services. Bill, I think you're up first.
Oh, I'm up.
Supplemental agreement with GAI Consultants,
I'm
right?
still trying to find my place, yes.
You need to slow down? Slow down?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get to that point in the agenda.
Vincent, I made it.
So I've got 2 items for ratification this evening, gentlemen. First is the supplemental agreement with GAI Consultants. This is for an existing project, rebuild it, runway and pavement mark.
Questions, Bill? And we do have a meeting Monday of this week with Bill and Mr. Trump for both of them. There's community services. It's a public workshop. All invited. We discussed these things more in detail at that time. Motion to ratify.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
And the second thing to consider, gentlemen, is the request to submit for a grant to acquire airport equipment.
Questions for Bill? Motion to accept.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, tonight I'm asking for approval for the annual maintenance contract with SBM Electronics. This is the company that maintains our voice recording system up at the 911 center.
Any questions? Motion to approve. Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you. Human Services, Jane.
Commissioners, I ask your approval for the items outlined on attachment C. They are all routine in nature.
And we have a meeting with Jane, a workshop, public workshop, the morning of this meeting. And it's a public workshop, all invited to attend. We discussed the contracts and other items in depth. Any questions then? Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Thank you.
Thank you. Finance, Deanna.
Commissioners, we have the warrants on the attachment for your approval. 7 human services warrants, 7 non-human services warrants, all totaling $2,790,512.57.
Any questions about the warrants? Motion to approve the warrants?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, we ask you to certify the cost allocation plan. This plan just ensures that we are in compliance when charging federal awards for our indirect costs with the uniform administration requirements.
Questions? Motion to approve the cost allocation plan?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, we ask that you ratify the GIS data agreement. This is when we are selling GIS data to individuals, whether it be companies or taxpayers within the county. We need to make sure that they have signed off. Rich has reviewed it.
Any questions? Motion to ratify?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, as fiscal agent for the Workforce Development Board, we ask that you approve the LML contract. This is a contract with the construction company to build a wall at the Erie Career Link, total being $8,450.
Questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
We ask that you approve an MOU with the West Central Job Partnership for $12,000. This is all industry partnership money. We have been granted $200,000 for this, and this was a budgeted line within that grant.
Questions? Motion to approve the MOU?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Commissioners, we ask that you approve the manpower agreement as noted earlier as letter C.
Questions? Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, as fiscal agent for the Northwest Pennsylvania Emergency Response Group, we ask that you approve the construction contract for fencing. This contract is with a company called High T Fencing in the amount of $47,270. They were the lowest responsible bidder.
Any questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, the next two together are contracted service agreements with both Bruce Eicher and Adisa Berberkick. One is for the equipment manager for the task force, and the other one is the program manager for the task force. We ask that you approve those.
Questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Thank you.
Jill?
Commissioners, asking your approval for the HR agenda that's presented on attachment E, personal transactions or routine in nature.
Any questions? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, prepared for you for informational purposes only is the agenda, row office agenda on attachment E1.
Any questions for Jill about that?
Commissioners, also requesting your approval for the revised clearance policy. This is a policy that was developed for the Pennsylvania Child Protective Service Law. Some of the revisions in here is that we have a short window for our employees to renew their license or their clearances. The Child Protective Service Law has a 5-year, where the county's policy is we renew every 3 years.
Questions? Motion to approve the revision?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Thank you.
Thank you. Jason?
Commissioners, for your approval tonight, I have the Planning Commission's 2016 annual report, which details the projects and activities of the Planning Commission within the last year. It is required by the Municipal Planning Code.
And we have a meeting with Jason, a public workshop in the morning of this meeting at 9 a.m. Everyone's invited to attend. We'll discuss these things more in depth that we'll talk about with him now. So, any questions or comments? Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, I ask your approval for a contract with Mahantango Enterprises to partner with the county to provide a tire collection recycling event later this year, probably in the fall at the Cranberry Mall.
That date's not been set yet.
It has not been set.
Any questions? Motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve one.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, I ask for your approval to an agreement between Venango County and Environmental Coordination Services and Recycling, ECS&R, out of Cochrane, to partner with the county to hold 4 household hazardous waste and electronics collection events at the Cranberry Mall through June 2017 and March 2018. and Rich has reviewed the agreement.
And the collection that's this month has already been filled, you said?
Right, the collection that is on March 25th is under the previous agreement, and that one is fully booked. And this would be events in June, September, December, and March in the year to come.
Okay. Any questions? Motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you. Rich?
Commissioners, just a quick couple updates on the events. We did have the May 6th Christian Motorcycle Rally, which they decided to cancel because of a number of their folks, numbering about 300, were concerned about the weather on May 6th. Whatever. Weather we have been coordinating as a new Corbin Henry's a new gentleman, young gentleman from the Franklin Y is going to be in charge of the Franklin Youth Soccer League at the park, and they decided to start it a couple of weeks earlier than normal this year. He's talking about April 8th. He says, I hope it's thought out by then. So I don't know. But anyway, we have the 5K Splash and Run fundraiser scheduled with the Rocky Grove Fire Department and the Shercook Borough Police Department, and that's April 22nd. So I kind of coordinated things between the two of these guys, and the fundraiser is going to move up to Justice and Mackey Pavilions, so they won't. The parking will be a lot better if they're going to have it. So that's all been worked out. And we had a request, group from Titusville for May 6th and 7th. I guess it's a fly fishing contest. I still need to get the details on that. But gentleman's we're working out some arrangements with boat rentals and things like that for them. They've got about 20 people already registered for that. And we'll get that. It's kind of a new thing, and they kind of do this all over the place, I guess. So see how that goes. We will get our rental fee for the boats. So. And also the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission safety course. They would like 10 people admitted and registered. We currently only have 2. Although we have been advertising for it, we'll have to make a decision probably by the end of this week, beginning of the week, to either have or cancel it. So that's about where we're at. The weather keeps kind of interfering with everything we've got going on. You know, getting things done at the park wise, but I'm sure it'll change here shortly. Thank you.
County administration, that would be us.
Commissioners requesting your approval of a proclamation for future leaders and entrepreneurs exchange. Can you read through the proclamation?
Do you want to talk about this one? This is one of your flex.
I think the Chip should really do that.
Whereas the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce recognizes the Future Leaders and Entrepreneurs Exchange as a formal committee of the Chamber, providing a platform for young professionals in Venango County to have a voice in our community. Whereas the Venango Area Chamber of Commerce and Flex both seek to support the successful retention and attraction of young people. Whereas the mission of Flex is to represent the needs and interests of young professionals by positioning themselves as leaders, entrepreneurs, and advocates for the sustainability of the Venango County area through civic engagement, leadership development, and networking. Whereas members of Flex will continue to represent this community, Venango County area is a dynamic place to live, work, and volunteer. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Venango County, through its Board of Commissioners, proclaim March 31st, 2017 as Young Professionals Day, and encourage both those that live and work in Venango County to support, inspire, and invite young people to serve, work, and live in Venango County. In witness thereof, we have the seal of Venango County. Flex is an organization of Venango Chamber for young entrepreneurs to gather, network, and work on future endeavors throughout the community and throughout the county. It's a good thing that they've started, and they've been working at it now for a good while, and it's really growing. And on the 31st, they have an event to highlight some of the young professionals in the community as an award ceremony for them. So if you have an opportunity, it'd be worth stopping into.
Okay, motion to approve the proclamation.
So moved.
Second. Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you. Proclamation, Child Abuse Prevention Month. We had a request for this. The Child Abuse Prevention Month is April 2017. And some of the proclamation, whereas in 2015, over 40,000 reports were made to Child Protective Services statewide. And whereas child abuse and neglect is a serious problem affecting every segment of our community, and finding solutions requires input and action from everyone in our community. And whereas our children are our most valuable resources and will shape the future of the county, and whereas child abuse can have long-term psychological, emotional, and physical effects that can have lifelong consequences for victims of abuse, and whereas protective factors are conditions that reduce or eliminate risk and promote the social, emotional, and developmental well-being of children, and whereas effective child abuse prevention activities succeed because of the meaningful connections and partnerships created between child welfare, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, and law enforcement agencies. And whereas communities must make every effort to promote programs and activities that benefit children and their families, we acknowledge that we must work together as a community to increase awareness about child abuse and contribute to promote the social and emotional well-being of children and families in a safe, stable, nurturing environment. And whereas prevention remains the best defense for our children and families, resolve that the County of Venango proclaim the month of April 2017 as National Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month in Venango County. We urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating themselves to the task of improving the quality of life for all children and families. Have a motion to approve the proclamation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you. Ratification.
Commissioners, we're requesting ratification of the dirt, gravel, and low-volume road maintenance project agreement. That would be between the Venango County Conservation District and the County of Venango. This would be for a road maintenance project on a specified portion of sites at the campgrounds at the park.
And we want to thank the Conservation District for helping us do this, and also the park and Luke for going through those courses you have to take on certification you have to get. So we appreciate him doing that to allow us to help fix those roads up. So, have a motion to ratify?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Commissioners, looking for your approval to ratify an agreement with Dave Ford Incorporated. This would be for the purchase of a new vehicle for the assessment department. The amount of the contract is $27,716.
Is this a purchase or lease?
This is a purchase.
Okay. Any other questions? Motion to ratify the agreement?
So moved.
Second? All in favor, aye? Ratification agreement with Clarion Environmental Services.
Requesting your approval of this agreement. This was to remove and dispose of some pipe insulation at the former Oil City liquor store in Oil City that we own.
And where the point is now.
Where the point is now, yes. The contract was for $1,350.
Any other questions? Motion to ratify the agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Requesting ratification of a contract with True Green. This would be for maintenance of the grounds and the shrubs on a county property. Total cost of this contract is $1,913, and it would run through the end of December.
Any questions? Motion to ratify the agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Thank you.
We are requesting ratification of a contract with Baker and Bellis Auctioneers. This would be for our auction that we have scheduled for April 6, 2017, which is going to be held out at 323 Causeway Drive, former Manor.
Do we have a listing on the website about what's available at the auction, or?
At this point in time, I only have a listing, and it's not on the website yet, but of the vehicles. I know that maintenance is still gathering all of the property, if you will, to bring down there to get it ready.
There's like 27 vehicles or something like that.
Correct, correct.
Any other questions? Motion to ratify?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Agreement with Neil Rothschild.
Yes, we're requesting ratification of your contract with Neil Rothschild. This would be a court-appointed provider to represent certain parties in proceedings before the court. The contract with Neil is $26,500.
Did you want to explain what this
Professional
is,
services.
Rich?
Basically, it's providing for representation of parties in children and youth services cases.
Any other questions? Motion to ratify the agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? National Victims. So this is a proclamation for National Crime Victims' Rights Week, April 2nd through the 8th. Excuse me, I'll paraphrase this, I guess. Whereas Americans are the victims of more than 20 million crimes each year, affecting individuals and communities, and providing victims with knowledge of their rights and available services further strengthens their ability to recover by restoring a sense of self-empowerment. And some more verbiage to that effect. The County of Venango is hereby dedicated to strengthening victims and survivors in the aftermath of crime, building resilience in our communities and our victim responders and workers for justice for all victims and survivors. Be resolved that the County of Venango proclaims the week of April 2nd through 8th, 2017 as Crime Victims' Rights Week. And further reaffirm this county's commitment to creating a victim service and criminal justice response that assists all victims of crime during Crime Victims' Rights Week and throughout the year. And to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for those community members, victim service providers, and criminal justice professionals who are committed to improving our response to all victims of crime so that they may find relevant assistance, support, justice, and peace. Have a motion to accept the proclamation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye. Thank you.
Finally, we have Resolution 2017-4, requesting approval, consolidated capital grant application. We're requesting approval to file the application for grant amount of $34,839, and also that the county will have cash matching funds of no less than $1,161 that will be provided for the project costs.
This is to purchase 2 new buses for the, yes, for the dedicated bus service. So we have 3 buses in service and a backup bus. So approval, have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Thank you. Any other business? Any public comment? Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?